Welcome to ChatterBox with Billi and Lyndsey.
A bite-sized podcast guaranteed to make you giggle. Lyndsey, this is more an episode about how impressionable, how easily impressed upon I am.
Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. But I mean, also, you have information to give me about this. So this is about black utensils.
Which I didn't know when you said that upstairs. I'm like, what, like black plastic cutlery? What's black utensils? No, and then I said, wait, I had black cutlery. And you're like, no, Linny.
Not cutlery. Because you did have black cutlery that's like forks, knives that were like black, light. I'm looking at the light. Oh my God. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Black, like.
Cooking utensils.
I didn't finish my previous sentence, and honestly, I don't need to. So
right,
let's just move on.
I had forks, knives, and spoons, cutlery.
Yes, but that's
cutlery.
it wasn't black like material.
It was plated.
Plated. Thank you, fuck's sake. Okay. Anyway, you had black plated shit. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the plastic black spatulas and shit. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. I just very briefly on like news.com.au like came across a headline.
Okay.
That was like, ditch your black cutlery or ditch your black utensils. And I'm like, oh my God, I must ditch my black utensils. I didn't even read it.
Right.
But it immediately made sense to me that it's because there's like apparently there's actually worse toxins in black utensils.
Right.
Than there is in like other stuff.
Well, so not just the plastic cooking
No, just utensils. The plastic cooking utensils.
No. But so, because I thought when you said black, it was like a quote unquote, like black is in like not like bad. No, not bad.
Oh God.
I'm sick, so I'm really struggling today.
And I'm just me. So
I didn't realize that the actual color was worse than like say gray plastic cooking stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
Wow.
So
okay.
There's been some study. Okay.
Right.
It's people just Google it.
Yeah.
Okay. But essentially, black plastics are more likely to contain unregulated amounts of toxic chemicals, including heavy metals and flame retardants, which can leach into food and pose a hazard to human health. In addition, black plastics are not recyclable due to their color, which I also did not know.
What?
I'm just reading whatever Beyond Plastics has told us, beyondplastics.org.
Okay. First of all, like, why then, if that is known, why is 90% of the plastic cooking cutlery utensils black? Like,
don't know.
Why is the world letting that happen?
Because the world sucks. Because it's cheaper probably. I don't know. Seriously.
And you can't even recycle it.
It says the black color is created by adding a substance called carbon black to the plastic.
That doesn't
carbon black, which contains numerous compounds. That gives you...
Sounds too scientific-y. You
totally.
Lost my interest.
There's just trying to find something there's shit in there, essentially.
Yeah, okay.
And it says, although black plastics makes up 50% of all plastic recyclables, the vast majority is not recycled because the technology used cannot see the color black. I don't fucking, whatever, don't, just disregard that. That was stupid.
So weird though.
But yeah, like, so I read this article and I'm like, oh my God, I have to get rid of all my black stuff immediately.
Yeah.
And so of course I did. So I bought, and I used to have wooden spoons and like wooden things. I don't know why I got rid of all that. I don't know if, I mean, I guess it shouldn't seep into your wooden stuff. Like it's not like I don't know why I got rid of
seep into
like sauces and things.
No, but food particles can seep into your wood.
Which is fine. It all just makes it taste better, doesn't it?
Sure.
Like
now, you know? I've seen controversial because I have teak. I think it's teak wood. That's the best wooden cutlery.
Okay.
Utensils, not cutlery. Sorry. Yeah. The rough surface cheap wooden ones that you get. I don't want to say it, but like from Kmart.
Well,
like
I went and bought mine from like Woolies. Just literally just to replace the ones I have. What's the deal with them?
It's I don't have my phone on me. I think it's because it doesn't absorb. It's a safe wood to cook with.
Right.
And I don't think it absorbs as much food stuff, I think, as other wood ones. But ages ago, I've been using wooden cooking cutlery.
Yes, because when I said to you this morning, you were like, duh, and you showed me all your wooden like cooking stuff.
Yeah. Dumb.
Brilliant.
Dumb face. But like, so to clean your wooden utensils, you, like number one, don't put them in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that. But then I've seen like on YouTube, not YouTube, on instant stuff, people boiling them to kill any bacteria in them. And like in some of the videos, you'll see little food particles floating in the pot. But then I've seen other people saying, no, don't do that because I don't know why. Why can't you?
Yeah.
So I just use hot soapy water and wash mine off. But it's so much like I don't like using plastic anything like that anyways because like the microplastics and like you think, well, surely if I'm making contact with a plastic spatula or spoon on a hot pan, like it's gonna
100%.
Like
because I have silicone stuff for that as well when I'm frying stuff, so I don't have to necessarily touch. Because you're right, I would never put my plastic utensils into like hot oil, like that's just dumb. But I would use it to stir my sauces and stuff.
Of course,
but it's the same thing. It's like it still would heat it up.
But and not even just that. Like even if a little fiber of the plastic spoon comes off into.
And seriously, check your plastics, people, in general, because I actually just went through this recently and like got rid of all my stuff and bought new ones, but I fucking bought new black utensils. This is pre, my current knowledge. But I had the same thing where like the tops of my spatulas and stuff were all like melted and breaking off. And I was like, oh my fucking God.
And like, layering, like almost peeling. Yes. Yeah.
So check your utensils, people. Don't eat that shit. And that's what we talked about. We had a microplastics episode not too long ago and we talked about cutting boards as well, right? Because I had these cutting boards that I'm like, dude, every time I cut into it, it frays. Like it literally, like you can see the fiber, the plastic coming off into my fucking food. Yeah. So I replaced all of them with other kind of plastic. Because I have wooden like chopping boards as well. But then I just had to get, I don't know why I got like the thin plastic ones that aren't supposed to.
They all do though, Billi.
I know
because
they all do.
You said that. I remember this conversation. I said, "Oh, did you get like some special ones finally?" And you're like, "No, I just got new plastic ones." I'm like, "Dude, they're gonna do the same thing." But
they were special plastic.
Are they special plastic? Though?
Well, they were, because I looked for ones that like don't do that shit.
They all plastic
I know, but less than what I was doing before. But so now I don't have a credit card of plastic coming into my body every week. It's more like a coin.
Fabulous. I'm going to give a shout out, and Billi, you will never buy these because they're so way
expensive.
Too expensive.
I was going to say, I don't even know what you're going to say, but I know that you already spent like $1 million on them, and I'm just not interested.
Not $1 million, but
what, like 300-400?
No.
Okay.
So the company is Seed and Sprout.
Yep.
I've bought a lot of stuff from them before, like for kitchen stuff and like safe kitchen-y things, if you will, like these things, silicone and like all that kind of stuff. So it's a set of 3 cutting boards, and it's made with I don't know. I actually don't know, but they're dishwasher safe. They're like, it's a wooden fibrous cutting board, but they can actually go in the dishwasher as well. So it's like a win-win.
I don't put a lot of stuff in my dishwasher anyway, so I'm not fussed if I had to hand wash it,
No, but
you're right. It's good to know.
Sometimes if you're cutting raw chicken on a
That's why I got the plastic stuff, because I couldn't cut. Yes, of course. I remember now.
But I would still cut my raw chicken on the wooden cutting board and rather get a little bit of salmonella after I cut my apple on it next.
Oh my God.
Then having a plastic cutting board, right?
Right.
I would just soap the shit out of it and use super hot water. I'm still alive. It was fine.
You're better for it. You're probably healthier.
Maybe. But anyways, so I got rid of all my wooden ones though, because they were starting to go a bit moldy and icky.
Right.
Because I had them for so long.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm going to finally bite the bullet and get these cutting boards that I keep seeing. So that's a pack of 3. I think they were like, I want to say like 170 or something for the pack of 3. But I kept going back and forth, going, fucking hell. And so you're not going to spend $170 on cutting boards. Like, seriously, that's a lot of money.
And yet she did.
And yet I did eventually. And I am so glad I did.
Yeah.
No regrets. The sizings, the 3 sizes are like they're perfect sizes.
Okay.
They go in the dishwasher if you need it and want it to.
Sure.
Such pretty colors. Like, it was totally my vibe.
What, like the color? Different shades of wood?
No.
Or did they actually colored?
Yeah. So like the black is called licorice.
Oh.
Then there's like this really cute, pretty greeny color. I forget what they called the green one.
Millennial green?
No, not millennial, even though it's the thing right now. I got like the rusty browny color, because that's like totally my vibe upstairs.
Oh, yes,
like the neutrals and like browns and stuff. And then I think there's another color. Anyways, really nice home decor. Because people like me, this is the thing. I want a pretty cutting board sitting on my bench top.
Absolutely. Same.
Shut up.
Same. To sit next to all my other bits and bobs that sit on my kitchen
If something is on my counter, it is going to look nice. So that was a prereq of mine.
And to be fair to you, like that makes sense. Like
Right.
Yeah, totally.
For my vibe, right?
Yes.
When we go upstairs, I'm going to show you these cutting boards, and they're great. They still have the cut marks in them, but I know that it's not like this cheap, nasty, chemically plastic
100%,
shit that's going into my food and my system. Anyways, check them out. See and Sprout. It's not a shout out to them, but it is because they're amazing.
Okay. Anyway,
so
check your plastics.
I'm better than you. You've got plastic cutting boards and black cooking cutlery.
Do you want to come over for dinner tonight?
No,
so much
never.
good stuff. I have so many things that I'm going to seep into your food tonight. They're just naturally. I'm not even trying. It just is what it is. I cook in a plastic pot as well. Incredible stuff. Okay, bye.
That was ChatterBox. Thanks for chatting with us.
And remember to review, subscribe, leave comments. Do what you got to do.